Hello guys, and welcome to a new WARNO video today by me, Vulcan. In this one I have for you game 2 of 2 games of myself versus Chich in Division 1 of the WARNO League. We're going to be playing on death row in this one, and I'm going to be using the 39th Guards. Chich has chosen the 1st UK Armoured. If you would like to check the picks and bans, I'll leave them in the description. So let's have a quick look at what we're getting down. I've got some Vertigo that are going to be heading up on the left hand side. They do have an AT launcher, so they're able to cover off the roads pretty nicely. Got a Vertigo Happily that is going to be heading into this building in order to give me a recon over the open on the left hand side. I've got a Vertigo that's going to be heading up to this building in order to get recon on the right hand side. Then I've got Vertigo, they're going to be covering off the far right side, and I've got that followed up by SPG-9s, 2 SPG-9s here. We've got the BMP-2 with the Modostrauki BMP, and then I've got the BMP-3 with the Modostrauki RPG-22. We got the Conkers that are going to be moving into this building to give me HGM cover in the center, as well as a BMP-3 following that up. BMP-3 moving up on the left side, and another BMP-2 here following up an SPG-9. So pretty much just covering the entire front with the BMP-2s and the BMP-3s. And then at the back here, I have a fob. Oh yes, that's right, it's a fob in 1v1. We'll discuss that in just a moment as the engagements have got underway. You can see the Gazelle AH1s here deleting my Vertigo, instantly getting value for both of those Gazelles. Su-27 was coming in to intercept those Gazelles. It does manage to shoot down one of them, but loses the 50-50 against the Tornado. It does leave the other one low enough for the BMP-2 to finish it off, and the BMP-3 in the middle is going to take out that one, so we're going to destroy 60 points worth of Gazelle AH1s. However, I have lost the Su-27. We did lose the Vertigo, so not trading very well at all at the start of this game. Anyway, going back to the fob. You can see I'm already buying in an Akatsuya. If I want to make the most out of this fob, I've got to use artillery pretty much from the start of the game. Otherwise, by the end of a 40-minute game, I'm still going to have half the fob left, and there's no reason why I should have brought in the fob when I could have just brought in the supply vehicles that I need throughout the game for the same price. So I do have to make as much use out of that fob as possible to get value out of it. And you may be thinking, well, surely that's a death sentence. Bring in a fob in 1v1, what are you doing, Vulcan? Well, in my head, I thought it would be kind of funny if I could set up a really nice defense, stall out Chich for the game, and then start using the Akatsuyas and the Grads that I have in the deck in order to support pushes into his lines. If I can just cause a stalemate with the troops that I have, then, you know, that would be fantastic, and we'd get a huge advantage late game with my artillery. So it's all about efficiency at this point, but the trouble is buying a fob. This is 235 points of investment. The Akatsuya is the upgraded one, so we got 210 points. Actually, it's not the upgraded one, sorry, it's just the normal Akatsuya, but 210 points each on both of these Akatsuyas, so that's like 600 plus points that I've invested, almost 700 points into my 2 artillery pieces and my fob already, which means that I am going to be very loose on units on the front line. I do have my BTR-60s, so they're going to be engaging the scouts here. My Akatsuya is going to be targeting both the scouts and the Terrier's Powder. These scouts are going to be doing a runner before my artillery can land. The Rapier did take a hit, but not enough damage to get the kill there from the one Akatsuya that was firing at it. And these Gazelle AH1s, nicely microed by Chich, landed, got supply, came back with their rockets, and punch my Vertigo right in the face, leaving them on one man. The Terrier Powder going to be wanting to follow them and hunt them down, which does mean that the second Akatsuya is also going to miss. And my artillery pain that was supposed to be so effective, unfortunately, is not. And these terriers doing a good job hunting down the motorized Vertigo. Now the other problem that I'm having right now is Chich, he is relying on this Chieftain Mark 11, and my BMP3s, the only thing that they have to deal with that Chieftain is their AUDACIous, the Bastion AUDACIous. And well, once again, the Gazelle AH1s are going to land, get more rockets, come back for the Modostrauki RPG-22s. He's also going to be able to use a Chieftain to pick off the BTR there. But this BMP3 at least is going to be able to get some damage onto the armoured rifles, so that's good. These Resvedkasapari are going to be able to rout these Terrierpada. I have managed to make some ground on this left-hand side. The motorized Vertigo are going to get the better of the gun group here. My Modostrauki have found and pushed out the Javelin LML there. I did manage to trade into the Milan Warrior pretty well. These gun group are going to go down on the right hand side. These gun group aren't very expensive though, they're like 25 points a piece. The only reason you bring them in is just so that you get the warriors as well. Resvedkasapari did finish off the Terrier's Pada there, which is good, but now the Warrior Milan manages to finish off the BMP3 that was low on health. Now this Conkers is getting spotted by recon, which I assume is probably in this building or at least in one of these tree lines. And so that's going to have to fall back. Meanwhile, I have brought up a bunch of Iglas so that I can finally finish off the rest of these Gazelle AH1s because they have been really annoying. Nice little kill on the left-hand side as my BMP takes out another Warrior Milan. We're going to be able to take out a Warrior Milan on the right side of this engagement as well. Unfortunately though, these AH1s do not get hit by the Igla twice and the Conkers ends up dying because of that. Now we've got the Tornado GR1 coming in. It bombs my motorized Vedka, then strafes the Igla. Really cheeky move there, and gets out alive. Gazelle does end up getting shot down by one of the Iglas, but so far things have been less than ideal for my initial opener, especially considering I've kind of put myself in a position where I'm playing catch-up from the beginning due to my investment in the artillery, and this artillery has to be getting some value, otherwise, you know, what was the point in bringing them in the first place? As Jaguar manages to come in and bomb my Igla directly. Meanwhile, another BMP3 going to be going down on the right-hand side. It did manage to kill one of the Foxes at least here with the RPG-22 of one of these Modostrauki, but this BTR-60PB is going to have to make a move to the left-hand side of the sector now because he's pushing me in really hard here with the Chieftain Mark 9s and the Warrior. Do manage to finish off the last Gazelle. On the right-hand side here, the BMP-2 going to be smoking itself off. I've damaged the Warrior Milan enough that the SPG-9 can one-shot it, so that's going to be getting the job done there. We are starting to kill off these Warrior Milans. We also managed to finish off the armoured rifles there, so we're getting some good trades again. BMP-2, however, going to have a little bit of a hard time against the armoured rifles at close range. Artillery firing away, hoping to hit some of the units that were coming down the tree line here. But yeah, things not looking great. I'm investing in the BMP3s again when I probably should be investing into T80BVs, really. You see, I have brought in a Sapericom Rossi on the left-hand side that was planning to contest Echo, whilst my BTR-60PBK gets back into this sector and contests the mid again. And if I can contest both, then I will be at an advantage in the game and keep the pressure on Chich, which is pretty much all I need to do whilst my artillery goes to work. Now, the thing is, I'm constantly firing at places where he is going to put his artillery, or he is going to put his infantry, or where it was. Because Chich is like such a good player, his micro is on point, and he's just keeping his units moving, not really like keeping anything in the same position for too long so that my artillery can't take advantage. And you can see that places where my artillery is coming in, the BMP3s are just doing the job anyway, so in this scenario, having a couple more BMP3s rather than an Akataya would be a nice idea, or having a T-80BV or something. In this case, in the mid, BMP3 gets caught out in the open, does go down. Vertigo Sapoli have been forced back. BTR-60 PBK has moved into the sector, is going to push us for a +2. But these Harrier GR1s really causing me problems. Sapoli Comrossi does not go down, so he doesn't actually manage to get value out of that Jaguar. But you can see how annoying and effective these HE bombers can be, and that's what I was trying to hope for in the previous game that I played against Chich. But obviously here Chich is giving us a masterclass of the first UK. Obviously my start here with the double Akataya FOB play was me just having a bit of fun and hoping that maybe my really unconventional strat could throw him off a little bit. But alas, Chich is not going to let that happen. So I'm going to be forced to play the game properly and bring in some T-80BVs. So I've got one already at the front now that's going to be trying to push off his Chieftain Mark 9. And I've got 2 more on the way. And, well, I guess it was time for Chich to get a bailout, as my T-80BV is bailed out by the HGM in this building. And yeah, it's going to die shortly. Nothing I can really do about that. It can't smoke itself because it's bailed out, so I'm going to have to try and get the Akataya to smoke it, but alas, it's too late. It's already dead. So now I see the armoured rifles moving in here, so I'm just going to preemptively target that building again, hoping that my BMP3 can at least kill off some of these warriors. We're still doing okay-ish on the left-hand side, but not having a tank there to deal with the Chieftain Mark 11 is a bit sad. Hoping the BMP3 can maybe take out the warrior, but no, not quite. And yeah, these T-80BVs, they got a lot of work to do. Artillery is going to hit that and do plenty of damage, but yeah, not quite finding enough kills. Now Tornado GR1 coming in again. Strokey gets taken out. On that left hand side, like, maybe I could bring in some long range AA, but I don't really have the cash to, because I kind of put myself behind early on. And yeah, this is the point where, you know, I'm thinking this would be a great video for showing why you don't buy a FOB in 1v1. And so here we are, becoming an informational video rather than a successful league video. I'm going to be trading the BMP3 there for the Milan warrior. Now I'm going to be bringing in Mi-24K because, yeah, I didn't really have any recon here, so the Mi-24K is going to be moving up, going to be looking for the warrior that managed to sneak through on the left hand side here. I'm also going to be bringing up 2 Cubs finally, and the T-80BVs. I've got a T-80BV that's actually moving to the left hand side now to support this push. Strokey did manage to finish off another warrior in Milan, so that was nice. You can also see that I'm targeting this HGM, maybe try and hit the Chinook as well. The MB3 does end up missing its HGM. But now Chich, he's going to sacrifice his warrior so that his Tornado F3 can get on target and find the kill. Gubs fire away. One of them manages to hit, second one does not. So no kill for me. No Igla to shoot him on the way out just yet. I mean, this Igla almost fired at it, but not quite. I do hit this building really hard, but the Chinook actually managed to get away, so that wasn't helpful. Now Harrier GR1 coming in for another bombing strike on the left hand side. That one ends up bailing because it loses line of sight and the cliff kind of causes it to veer off. But yeah, artillery coming in on the left now to support We've got artillery still aiming at the Chinook, or at least where I thought it would land. But there we go, Harrier GR1 coming in with those HE bombs. Really nasty bombs they are. And take me down to 2 health on that 12 health tank. If those didn't have explosive reactive armor, that would have one-shot my tank. Which just goes to show how effective those Jaguars can be if they don't get one-shot by AA. I'm going to worry my lands. Going to be annoying to deal with, that's for sure. My poor Monostrelki really shouldn't have been on the edge of the tree line there. Got killed off very, very easily. T80BVK going to be moving over to the right-hand side to try and engage this warrior. And yeah, the Cubs are finally in position to cover off this mid area. Now my T80BVK here ended up moving slightly because it went too close to the Monostrelki. Ends up taking a shot from the Milan, I think in the side armor, which really wasn't ideal. My T80BV is going to miss while the Chieftain Mark 9s both hit their shots. This T80BV at least able to hit. Now multiple bombers coming in. Tornado's going to get out alive. All of my other missiles missed. Yeah. Cubs. Not really a helpful investment anymore. And all of my tank left on exceptionally low health. I did manage to just about dodge some of those strikes. But I'm going to have to get them fixed up as soon as possible. So yeah, all of them just reversing away. Warrior Milan's going to try and charge me, at least I'm able to kill that. New T80BV is on the field to cover me off. 2 more new T80BVs. I was pretty much just buying T80BVs on cooldown now that I had the Cubs in position. I just need to get into a position where I can damage his tanks and then overwhelm him with my own T80BVs, especially considering I have more health, I have more armor. So in an ongoing engagement, I should be able to win. The other nice thing about Russian tanks is they don't suffer rate of fire loss from cohesion because they have autoloaders, so that's also very nice. This T80BV almost got side shot by this Chieftain Mark 11, but I managed to get into cover behind this building. GR1 gets forced off by the Cubs. Unfortunately, not enough ammo left. Ammo is just about on its way, but not in time to secure the Jaguar kill. Unfortunate. So yeah, what I'm going to do, we're going to get one of the Urals to go to the Cub. The other one's going to start fixing up all these other T80BVs. Meanwhile though, the warrior, one of the warriors that snuck into here, did manage to get a Milan side shot onto my T80BV. So you can see things are very, very painful in this one, as my Ekateyas are now very, very low on ammo, or at least depleted on ammo. And this will be the point at which I'll be finally using the FOB. Now bear in mind we are almost 20 minutes in and the Ekateyas have only just used up all of their ammo. Now I wasn't firing them like non-stop necessarily, but considering how early I brought them in, you can start to see why it would just be better if I had large supply trucks. That way I can buy in as many as I need, and I'm not, you know, spending 235 points on a FOB at the start of the game. Anyway, Monostrelki are going to be bumping into the armored rifles on the left-hand side. I end up getting taken out. Igla's been found here as well. Nothing really to defend that left-hand side. At least I've got some Razvedka Sapady that are kind of covering me on this left-hand side. And I've got 2 more Mot Razvedka now coming in to kind of give me eyes for my tank push. Like, since all of these actually survived, we're not in a terrible position, because, you know, that's still 5 T80BVs and a T80BVK. If I can play this right, get the recon up in front, have the support of the Mi-24K, we've got the Cubs in position, I could maybe brute force my way through the chieftains and then get some really, really solid trades and kind of recover my position in the mid whilst retaining the Ekateyas and the grad. But you can see it is a +3. He's up to 1,300 points. It's 5 minutes 30 seconds till victory. He's putting pressure on my left-hand side, which is obviously not good. And yeah, this is why I just decided to double down. I was like, you know what? I really want to use a grad. I want to use a grad in this game. I brought it into my deck, kind of for memes, and I wanted to use it. I wanted to see if we could use it to good effect while supporting a tank push. And if I could, it would be really epic. And if I don't, then it would just, you know, be fun. So yeah. Since I was already like 0-5 at this point in the WARNO League, this game was definitely partially just for fun. I wouldn't otherwise have brought in a fob for this game. Regardless, Rapier is now in position, and my Mi-24 is going to get 2-shot by that. Grad fires away. Start dealing some damage to any tanks that were left in there. We do manage to get a nice hit onto a Chieftain Mark 9. So that's the start of something. This TATBV is low on health though. Now we got TATBV versus Chieftain on the left. This is again down to 5 health. So a second shot should get the kill. Another Chieftain Mark 9 goes down. These are the trades that we're looking for. Starting to get just a tiny bit of hope. Then I crest the ridge, and I realise that there is a lot of stuff we gotta kill. Cubs. 3 misses, 4 misses. Should we add 5 misses to that? Yes, we shall. Oh, what about 6 misses? Yep, that will do. 2. Wonderful investment into those cubs, certainly helping me out a lot. The T80BBK gonna get hit by the Milan 2 on the right hand side. Now we've got the bombing strikes coming in here. Going for the BTR. Going for my T80BV on the left there. That one gets bombed out. The other one gets shot by the Challenger Mark II and the Chieftain Mark 9 as they're reversing away. Vertigo, you know. Honestly, if I were Chich and all those 5 T80BVs came up at the same time, that would have been a real bad time for him. But BTR 60 PBK goes down. On the left hand side, my BMP2 is dying, and yeah, with most of my tanks destroyed, I just decide to throw in the towel. Obviously, the fob strat did not work. Do not recommend. Never do that, guys. In this case, I was thinking, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I can like weirdly cheese this game by doing like crazy artillery strats on a map that is well known for being like a choke in the middle there. Like this map stalemates so often. Alas, I should have brought artillery to this game, absolutely, but maybe not within the first 10 minutes, and also not with a fob. Maybe if I'd done that, things could have been different, because like early on there's a lot of engagements there where things were really going in my favor. Obviously, you know, I'm losing a lot to RNG in this game. My cubs just decided to not hit anything, even though I up-vetted them on purpose. The SU-27 obviously losing the 50-50. There was a lot of things in this game obviously didn't go in my favor as well. And maybe if they had, who knows? Maybe I could have won with a fob. Absolute copium. It was fun though. I enjoyed myself. I've had really, really good fun in the WARNO League. Medi, really fun opponent to play against. Absolutely wild play style. I think I brought the game. In the second game I played against Medi, I really felt like I could have beaten him in that one if I'd played just a bit better. I mean, this is the case along the whole time. Like Wooden Boxes games, like the first game in that series, there was a chance that I could have taken that 100%. Second game, maybe not so much. Against Chich, probably my hardest opponent so far, especially considering like I'd already had the practice from the other games. But yeah, I mean, GG guys. It's to all of them, including Chich, of course. They're great guys, and they play a lot of Warno, a lot more than I do in 1v1 at least. A hell of a lot more than I do in 1v1. And maybe next time I should stay in Division 2. We'll see. We'll see. But that is it for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed me butting my head against multiple of the best players in the world. Like these guys actually are the best players in the world, some of them. And yeah, I'm looking forward to casting the finals, which I definitely will do. So don't worry about that. I may not be in the finals this time around, but I will be casting them. That's all from me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.